What's going on, family? Giving it a few minutes before I start here. Rare occasion and moment for me to get out. I'm not getting out of the car. Gotta run and do a drive-through, pick up some medication from the pharmacy. But as I mentioned, I'm not going to get out of the car. That guy needs to slow down. But it's a beautiful day. Wow, it is just absolutely gorgeous out here today. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm doing real good. Today is a beautiful day. I'm not sure who I got watching so far, but I'm gonna just say hope you're having a great day. Hope you're being safe. Hope you're exercising, social distancing. Hope you guys are taking this thing serious, not letting your feet off the pedal, not letting your feet off the gas. Continuing to press forward, continuing to be vigilant. We have to be smarter than this virus. Believe me when I say it's a whole new day, y'all. Listen to this. If anybody is thinking that somehow we're gonna go back to the way things used to be, those days are gone. Now, I don't want that to sound harsher than it sounds. Don't get me wrong. We're gonna have some better days. Better days are coming back. I see you, Neville. I see you, brother. Hey, Neville, I think you're out there in Vegas, man, if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere out west. And I just connected with another brother out there. When this whole thing is over, man, I gotta get out. I gotta get out west. I gotta get out to Texas, and I gotta get out to Vegas. And I'm hoping at some point, you know, you and I can get together and play some golf. But yeah, if anybody is thinking that somehow we're gonna go back to, you know, I keep hearing people say, well, when are things gonna go back to normal? Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Things are never going to be the way they used to be. Never. Those days are gone. Now, again, I don't want that to sound as harsh as it sounds, because, again, we're going to have good days. We're going to have better days coming. But the days of certain things are just going to change for us forever. I know there's certain things I probably will more than likely never do again, as far as, you know, we'll just have to evolve. But let me put it like that. We'll evolve. And that's what I'm saying here. This is all part of an evolution. We've learned man is an incredibly adaptive creature. We can adapt to anything. We really can. And believe me when I say you can just about adapt to anything. That's why we've been able to survive so long. And we will adapt to this. Now, what will it look like when we come out of it? I don't know. How will we adapt? What will we have to do to make changes in our lives? I see you, Anthony Clinton. I see you, brother. I appreciate you so much, Anthony, man. I miss you, man. Wherever you are, I hope you're safe, and I hope that you and your family are safe, and I hope you're doing well, man. I've always had a lot of respect for you, man. I've always had a lot of respect for you, and you know, I just hope you're doing well, brother. All right? And hopefully someday we'll see each other again. I really, truly hope and pray we'll see each other again someday. But again, we will adapt. We will adapt and overcome. Okay. Now, what our lives will look like going forward, you know, we don't know yet, because we're still evolving. To be quite honest, we're still adapting to this new reality. And you know, when we think about the fact that, so let me give it to you like this. My wife and I have been pretty much exercising, social distancing, and sheltering in place for, I think we're going on like the 4th week now, and we're doing pretty good. You know, we're maintaining our sanity. That's a whole nother subject. I'll talk about that later, about how do you maintain your sanity. You know, we're in a good space. We're in real good space. You know, I told my buddy the other day, just yesterday, I said, if nothing else, one thing that this hey Felicia, one thing that this coronavirus and this sheltering in place thing will do, it will either confirm either way whether or not you married the right person. Okay, Believe me when I say, if you married the wrong person, you are quickly finding out you married the wrong person. If you married the right person, you as just confirmation that you married the right person. And I know for a fact I married the right woman, because I think by now I would have gone crazy with anybody else, okay? But me and my wife, we go together so well, and we have a way of just, you know, it's amazing, really, and it just confirms for me that I married the right person, because I don't know if I could have taken this with any other person for that by now. You know how people are, you just start getting under your skin and get on your nerves. Like, look, just, you know, you just go in the other room for 3 days. I don't want to even see you for 3 days. But see, my wife and I, we don't go through those changes. You know, we spend time around each other. We give each other our little space sometimes. Don't get me wrong. You know, sometimes we do have to give each other our little space, and we sort of know when that happens too. We don't have to even say anything. We just sort of give each other our little space. You know, I'll like go outside and she'll be in the house, or, you know, and then we'll give each other space for like a couple of hours. Then we'll come back together and say, hey, you know, you want to play some cards? Or I'm trying to teach her how to play chess right now. But I just love her to death, and I'm so glad I married her, because again, I think anybody else by now I'd have been like, look, you ain't the right one. I didn't realize that till we had to be cooped up in this house. But anyway, yeah, this thing will cause you to really reevaluate everything in your life, and use this time. This is where I want to go with this. Good segue. Use this time, y'all. Listen, let me give it to you like this. Listen up. If you're watching me right now, listen up real careful. For every advantage, there's an equivalent disadvantage. And likewise, for every disadvantage, there's an equivalent advantage. It's like 1 + 1 = 2, and 2 = 1 + 1. So both of them equal each other. So for every disadvantage, there is an equivalent advantage. So as much as we might think this whole coronavirus thing is a big problem and a big disadvantage for us, hidden are some advantages. There are some advantages to this whole thing. Some of the advantages right now are, it gives us a chance to hunker down, really to return back to some of the things that are important to us and should have been important to us all along. Things like spending time, quality time with each other, calling people. I have called my mother more in the last 3 weeks than I think the whole time I called her when I was in the Marine Corps. Okay? And my mother and I, and my father and I, we've been able to have conversations, you know, that we haven't had up until now. And it took this. Don't get me wrong, I come from a close family. I can't even imagine families that aren't close, okay? So even with coming from a close family, I love my family, they love me, but I'll be honest, I've just never been a big caller. My daughter's the same way. My daughter, she'll text you in a minute, okay? But, you know, she'll call once in a while, but she's just like me. You know, she's not gonna call you every day, nor am I. Okay, but I've called my parents more in the last 3-4 weeks than I think I called them the whole time I was in the Marine Corps. Okay, so you know, we got to return back to some of those things. Return back to what's important to us. You know, return back to, again, spending quality time with each other, learning little details about each other that you really didn't even know before, perhaps, because you just never took the time to sit down and really just, you know, talk, and, you know, just talk extensively. And share things about your past and your growing up, and, you know, really just, you know, learn each other. Okay, this gives us that time to do that. Not only that, but this gives us a time to be able to really catch up on a lot of things that we've been always saying we wanted to do. If you ever said, well, one day I'm going to do this, one day I'm going to do that. You know, I know my wife has always told me, Mike, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. You need to write a book. I know my wife has been on me since the time I met her. And that's been 20 years now. To write a book. Mike, you should write a book. You should write a book. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to write it one day. I'm going to write it one day. You know, one day never comes. Remember that? Y'all remember how I say that? Kimberly Freeman, I see you. One day never comes. But now, guess what? I have plenty of time to write a book. And even with now, I'm finding myself hard-pressed to sit down and actually do it. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to start writing. I'm going to start typing on my computer. Okay, I'm writing my book. Okay, but it gives me a chance to do that. Just all kind of things. So getting back to the title of the video, I'm doing master classes. One of the things I've been fortunate to do and have in my life is I've always had strong teachers, strong people who have taught me things and poured into my life. And I'm even talking about as an adult, even to this day. Okay, I just picked up another master teacher, I call him. Okay, when it comes to you know, learning the Word and studying the Bible. Okay, this brother's bad. I mean, he's a bad boy. I mean, he knows that Bible, right? And I consider him a teacher. Okay, I've had master teachers throughout my life. You know, Dr. Joel Dudley Sr. You know, I learned so much from Dr. Dudley, and John Ray Smith. I learned so much from them. You know, Al Wellington. You know, Al poured into me the last 10 years of his life. Okay, and some people that don't even know they pour into my life. George Frazier out of Ohio. I listen to him a lot. Les Brown. Okay, these are master teachers. So, you know, when you accumulate things like that, you can't take them to the grave with you. You got to give them back. You got to share them. So one of the things I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start having a Zoom master class. And I'm going to teach on emotional intelligence. And if you know the book, Emotional Intelligence 2.0, I'm going to be teaching from that book. I'm going to teach that book. And I'm going to teach emotional intelligence. And it'll be a free class, you know. I'm not sure exactly when and how I'll do it, where I'll do it. I know where I'll do it. I'll do it from the house, my office. But it'll be like probably like a 1-hour class for probably like a 4 or 5 week period, maybe 6 week period. You know, maybe once a week we'll do a class, and then we'll talk about, you know, emotional intelligence. And I'll start with that, and then I'll come back with some other stuff: business etiquette, communication, effective communication. You know, all kind of things, you know, following your, you know, how to pursue your destiny in life, how to discover your unique ability and follow your passions in life, all of those kind of things. Everything I've been taught over my years. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple master classes. If you are interested, I'm going to say you can comment in this video, I'm interested, and I'll make a note, put your name down as a person who might be interested or who is interested. And then I'll reach back out to you and contact you and let you know when and how we'll do it. We'll probably do it through like a Zoom meeting kind of platform, you know, where and that's kind of funny because I saw some videos yesterday of some teachers trying to teach classes through Zoom, and they've had some unruly students and students just getting all, you know, crazy, and some of the, you know, antics that they run into with trying to teach classes to you know, basically kids. Okay, but yeah, I'll probably do like a Zoom kind of thing. No probably to it. I will do it as a Zoom unless I find a better way to do it, but right now that's the best way I think I can do it. I'm not going to really limit the class for the most part. You know, I could probably handle, you know, anywhere from 10 to 15 people. I don't want to take on too many people at one time, because, you know, people start having questions, and when this discussion starts to happen, you know, it starts to get a little bit unmanageable. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll start with probably Emotional Intelligence 2.0. If you have the book, it's good. If you don't have the book, it's okay. You can probably download it to your Kindle or something like that. You probably won't even really need the book. I will figure out a way. I got a workbook, if you will, work packet that I can probably figure out a way to put in like a Dropbox and have the students go in there and pull down the documents they'll need to follow along with the course. Emotional intelligence is really good to know and have, especially if you out here in corporate, you business owners, leaders, anybody that's out here, you know, it's just good information to have. Emotional intelligence. Okay, it's almost like your intelligence quotient, you know, your IQ. But it gauges, you know, pretty much, you know, how in tune you are with different personality types, how to know how to recognize different personality types, how to know what your personality type is, know your strengths, your weaknesses, how to be able to quickly identify what type of personality a person is so you can speak their language. You know, and if you don't know this stuff right now, what I'm talking about, you need to take the course, okay? Because there is languages you can speak. You speak in English, but there's certain ways you can ask a person a question and you're speaking their language, you know, and you have to recognize what person you're talking to before you can speak their language. You know, like a choleric like myself. You know, how would you do this, Mike? Okay, a phlegmatic, a person that wants things the perfect way. What's the best way we can do this? Okay, melancholies, people that like things, you know, easy. Hey, what's the easiest way we can get this done? Okay, notice I've said it 3 different ways to 3 different people. And depending on who you are, and I can recognize what kind of person you are. Sometimes just by looking at you, I can tell what kind of personality you have. Some things you write, just the way the way you say something, the way you might type something in, even a post, I can tell what kind of person you are. Okay, and I can speak your language. Okay, so this is nothing magical, you know, anything like that, you know, mystical and magical. No, it's training. It's information that once you learn it, you apply it. Okay, emotional intelligence. See, I'm gonna do that. I see a few people. Andre, I see you, bro. Timothy Gray, I see you. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna sign off now. Pick up my stuff out here. I'm in the car. I'm safe. Y'all see me. I got my mask. I wear glasses. Look, I don't want the germ even flying in my eyes. You know that the virus can get in your body 1 of 3 ways: your eyes, your nasal, or through your mouth. Okay. A lot of times I wear this mask so I'm not putting my fingers in my mouth. Okay. How many times you want to just reach up and, you know, maybe do something in your mouth with your finger? Like, no, you can't be putting your fingers in your mouth. I used to have a bad habit of biting my nails. No more. No, that's nasty anyway. Biting your nails. Ew. Germs all under your fingernails. Ew. I can't believe I used to do that. Y'all know that's too much information right there, right? Eyes, germs can fly in your eyes and stuff like that. You know, I'm just being extra careful, y'all, because, you know, I do have a pre-existing condition. You know, I'm suffering from kidney disease, waiting on a kidney transplant, and I think if I catch the virus, I don't want to sound morbid or anything, but I think it'll be a death sentence for me, quite frankly, if I get it. You know, hopefully that God willing that'll never happen, but you know, I just think I would have a hard time with this thing if I got it. Who's to say? I might not, but I don't want to find out the hard way. So anyway, I love everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Stay safe. Don't let up off the gas, y'all. Stay vigilant. Practice social distancing. Practice, you know, seriously, look, if people get too close to you, tell them, look, man, you need to back up. No. You don't have no mask on or nothing. Back up, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be mean, but you know, there's this virus going around. And this virus is deadly. It's taking no prisoners. This virus ain't playing around. And what we have to do, we have to be smarter than the virus. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to get off on that, but just think about it like this. I'm going to leave it at like this. We have to be smarter than the virus, and that includes our current administration. They have to be smarter than the virus as well. You can't be dumber than the virus. And I'll leave it at that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? Lord have mercy. This man gonna get a whole bunch of people killed if we ain't careful. I'm serious, y'all. Don't let somebody say, yeah, we can open up the economy because all I'm worried about is the economy. Okay, we can open up we can open back up America, and y'all can go back out here to business as usual because I gotta try to save the economy so I can try to get reelected. And meanwhile, this thing takes a devastating turn and becomes worse than it is now. Don't let that man kill y'all. Don't let that man get us killed out here. I'm telling y'all that look, we're in a fight for our survival right now. If you don't know that, you better wake up. You better wake up. If you don't think right now you're in a fight for your very survival, the first law of nature is what? What's the first law of nature? Anybody watching? I see a couple people still watching. Chime in if you know what the first law of nature is. First law of nature. Nobody wants to chime in. That's cool. Maybe y'all don't know. I'll give it to you. Self-preservation. Self-preservation. The willingness to survive. That's what the first law of nature is. Self-preservation. We will do whatever we have to do to survive. And that's what we have to do. We have to do whatever. If we have to be sequestered and shelter in place for 6 months, we have to do it, y'all. As much as we don't want to do it. Nobody wants this. But if we have to do it, let's do it. If this is what we have to do to beat this virus, let's do whatever we have to do to beat this virus. Okay? Now I'm going to get off my soapbox. I think I done preached enough. I was really just coming on to tell you about the master class. And I'll get off in a minute about preaching about this virus thing. But I want y'all to survive. I want us to all come through this thing. I want us to all come out on the other side, because guess what? When we come out on the other side, we have to be different people. There's no way you should go into this, and should you come out on the other side and get past this, and when they do come up with a vaccine and we're all able to go back to our normal lives and business as usual, or go back to life as we think we knew it, You should not be the same person. You should not be. You should be a totally different person with a renewed sense of, okay, what am I going to do with the rest of my life now? God has spared me for a reason. He didn't just spare me because I'm a nice person. Ask God, Lord, what is it that you want me to do with my life? Use me. Use me. I know you didn't spare me just for no reason, just because I'm a nice person. Help me understand what that reason is and help me fulfill that. Okay? So, yeah, I'm going to run, y'all. I love everybody. Stay safe. Be safe. And we'll make it through, okay? I love you. Peace.